ये हो तो गया क्रिएट। अच्छा, यहाँ से प्रॉब्लम है। 1 मिनट स्क्रीन कंट्रोल देना मेरे को। यही नंबर है ना?
सर वो मेल आईडी चेंज करने पर ही होगा सर, सेम आईडी से नहीं हो रहा है।
देखते हैं, अगर नहीं होगा तो फिर नया आईडी यूज करके नया अकाउंट बनाएंगे।
हाँ।
कोड तुम्हें आता ही नहीं है कपिल? कोड आता है। ये पोस्टल कोड, मतलब पिन कोड डालना है, पिन कोड एरिया का।
पैन नंबर, प्लीज इंसर्ट पैन नंबर। पैन।
स्क्रॉल अप करो, पैन नंबर डालो। ये रहा पैन आईडी। कंपनी नेम में कुछ भी डाल दो, एविजन डाल दो। ऐसे ही एविजन लिख दो, दैट इज ओके, चलेगा। पैन आईडी डालो इसमें। कुछ भी डाल दो यहाँ भी।
सर अब भी वेरिफिकेशन का कोड आया, इससे पहले तो आ ही नहीं रहा था।
पहले कोड भी नहीं आ रहा था?
नहीं।
देखते हैं अभी क्या होता है।
मैंने 2 बार, 3 4 बार ट्राई कर लिया, मैंने वापस एक बार उनको फोन लगा दिया
मैंने
था।
तुम्हारी टिकट रेस तो कर रखी थी, बट मेरे को अपडेट नहीं आएगा ना, वो तुम्हें ही कॉल करेंगे सीधा। उस पे या तो मेल किया होगा या तो कॉल।
नहीं, उनका कॉल भी नहीं सर, मैं कुछ भी नहीं, मैं ही मतलब तंग आके फोन कर लिया वापस उनको।
कार्ड नंबर डालना।
सर मीन्स स्टॉप करो सर
हाँ
थोड़ी देर।
कर दो, स्क्रीन स्टॉप कर दो।
हाँ।
सारी डिटेल डाल के देन पेमेंट वाले ऑप्शन पे जब सब हो जाएगा तब शेयर करना।
ओके सर।
हेलो सर।
यस पूजा।
सर एज्योर में थोड़ा पैचिंग का बता दीजिए सर मुझे।
पैचिंग क्या करनी है?
सर मीन्स थोड़ा मुझे जानना था इसके बारे में।
ठीक है, मैं दिखा दूंगा अभी। अभी दिखाता हूँ ये अकाउंट का सेटल करके देन। Dipti is not getting the recording. Dipti, you can contact to Sushant Arora. I have pasted the number into the chat box. So that number is only available on the WhatsApp. You cannot call on this number. So just post a message. Mention that you are from the new batch and ask for the recordings.
Yes, sir. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. In case he does not respond, then I am pasting one more number. This is the number of Anamika. So she is the part of admin team. But definitely Sushant is going to respond because I will text him. But in case it does not work, just for the backup, let me give you another number.
सर सैटरडे की टाइमिंग यही रहेगी क्या?
नहीं, मैंने बोला था उनको चेंज करने के लिए 9 बजे का। आप लोगों से बात हुई होगी आई गेस, किसी से नहीं हुई?
नो सर।
सर
नहीं
वो ये
सर,
कहते हैं कि
नो सर।
आपसे ही बात करें।
नहीं, मेरे से बात हुई थी उनकी। मैंने बोल दिया था कि क्या बोलते हैं, एक बैच है उसको उठा के चेंज कर दो और इस वाले को 9 बजे डाल दो इन केस। तो वो कह रहे थे कि पता नहीं, मैं बात करता हूँ, ऐसे कुछ बताया था। उसके बाद मेरे को आइडिया नहीं।
सर किसी ने नहीं पूछा और सर दिक्कत ये हो रही है, अभी मैं
आप
मेट्रो में
लोग
हूँ।
आप लोग 7:30 बजे अवेलेबल हो? 7:30, 8?
यस सर।
7:30 8 सर हो जाएगा, क्योंकि सर 6:30 तक तो ऑफिस ही रहता है, फिर निकलना 1 घंटे तो
सर
लग ही जाता
ऑफिस
है।
टाइमिंग
साढ़े
रहती है,
सात
इस वक्त
साढ़े
निकले या
सात
क्या
अवेलेबल
करें?
हो 7:30 बजे सैटरडे को?
यस सर, 7:30 8 तक हो जाएगा।
ठीक है, तो
हो
मैं ये
जाएगा
वाला
सर।
टाइम मैं चेंज करवा देता हूँ उनसे बोल के नेक्स्ट टाइम से।
सर अभी ये बैंक का प्रॉब्लम दिखा रहा है।
वो तुम्हारे कार्ड का प्रॉब्लम है फिर। वो इंटरनेशनल ट्रांजैक्शन इनेबल करो उस पे, इंटरनेट
सर
बैंकिंग ऐप में जाके।
वो कर दिया है सर, ये वाला बैंक का मैंने।
कौन सा बैंक है?
आपने पिछले बार बोला था ना सर करने के लिए।
कौन सा बैंक है?
सर ये कर्नाटका बैंक का है सर।
कर्नाटका बैंक? एक मिनट देखते हैं, मेरे को आइडिया नहीं यार कर्नाटका बैंक
सर
कैसे
वो
काम
कार्ड का
करता है।
वो भी चेक कर लीजिए सर, रुपए तो नहीं है सर।
हाँ, वो सब तो नहीं है ना? वीजा मास्टरी हुई
नहीं,
है ना?
वीसा है सर ये।
स्क्रीन कंट्रोल देना। मतलब फोन नंबर ठीक हुआ तो अब कार्ड का इशू फंस गया।
हाँ सर, वो अभी कार्ड का इशू दे रहा है।
अब कार्ड के लिए माइक्रोसॉफ्ट को रेज भी नहीं कर सकते वो मना कर देगा। दोबारा डिटेल डाल के ट्राई करना एक बार। और कार्ड नहीं है तुम्हारे पास कोई? डेबिट
सर है
कार्ड भी
ना,
चलेगा।
4 कार्ड है सर मेरे पास।
चारों में से कोई भी ट्राई कर लो, डेबिट कार्ड भी चलेगा।
ओके सर।
तुम करते
स्टॉप
रहो
करता हूँ थोड़ी
बैकएंड
देर
में,
से।
हाँ स्टॉप कर लो, बैकएंड में करते रहो। जब नहीं होगा तो मेरे को दोबारा बताना, अभी तो मैं हूँ ही क्लास में। तब तक
ओके
मैं,
सर।
और किसी का क्या कंसर्न है? एक तो पैचिंग समझाना है, ठीक है। और किसी का कोई इशू तो नहीं है? एनी अदर इश्यूज?
नो सर, एक्चुअली बस ये टाइम से रिलेटेड इशू था, प्लीज
टाइम
एक
मैं
बार ये देख
7:30
लीजिए।
कर देता हूँ आप लोगों का। मैं बोल देता हूँ, मैसेज ही कर देता हूँ उनको कि मेरी बात भी हो गई है, एंड दे विल मॉडिफाई इट। और संडे का टाइम तो वही रहेगा अपना सेम।
ओके सर, ओके श्योर।
चलो, so let's talk about the Linux installation today, and I will also discuss about some patching part. So these two topics we will cover. Then tomorrow we will take the high availability and we will complete it. This is one of the lengthy topic, so we will not be able to complete this today. In case you have any doubts from the previous topic, you can discuss. Otherwise, let's create the VM. So first, I will create one of the Windows VM. Then I will discuss about some patching things. Then we will talk about the Linux installation. So let me create the Windows VM quickly. So resource group, I don't have any, so I will just create a new. So here, if you want to add any data disk, then you can, otherwise you can leave it. And in case you already have any additional data disk of another VM, then you can add it here as well. Let's suppose I already have a VM, VM01, and I deleted this VM, but with this VM, I had, let's say, one of the data disk, and I have created another VM, let's say VM02. Now I want to attach that data disk, which was connected with VM01, to VM02, because VM01 is no longer available. It has been deleted. So the disk which was attached earlier with VM01, I want to connect it here. So if that is the scenario, then you can attach the existing disk. You can just click on this and you can do this after the deployment as well. So I have shown you this process. So both the things are possible. Click on next. Here, don't make any changes for now. So next, and if you want to add the tags, you can. I will not add it now. It's very general thing. But in company, it is mandatory to have the tags in the resources. Without tags, there will not be any resource in the company because they use it for the information, they use it for the cost calculation as well. When they have to assign the invoice to the department, then tag is very important. Let's say we have the development department in the company, and total bill of the company, let's say, is 1 lakh rupees. Now they want to divide this, they want to analyze that how much is the bill of development. So they will go and they will do the cost analysis. Post that, they will now figure out that which resources belongs to the development department, and for this they will refer the tags. They will go to the tags and they will filter that which resources belongs to the development team, and accordingly they will check the owner of that resources and they will send them the invoice. So this task will be done by the finance team. We don't have to do anything with this, but tags are very mandatory. So whenever we are deploying something in the company, we are responsible for adding the tags. Billings management is not our task, but tax addition is our task in the company. So this VM is created now. This is one of the windows. See what happens in the company when we talk about the patch. Patch basically means adding the updates. So Microsoft release the update every month and company have to install it. So generally what happens in the company, different companies have different scenarios regarding the patch. So patch is basically your update, and different companies have different process. Some companies are using the servers. They have another servers like SCCM. So with the use of SCCM, they do the patching. So SCCM is a tool by the Microsoft. It stands for System Center Configuration Manager. And with this tool, the companies can do the on-premises patching, plus they can do the cloud patching as well. So it is not limited to the Azure. You can use it for the AWS environment as well. You can use it for any other cloud platform as well. So if the companies are using the SCCM, definitely for their complete environment, for their on-prem or their cloud, they will be using the same tool. So this is one of the thing. If this is there, then we are not responsible for managing any patch. Agar tool hai, then we are not responsible for it. For the SCCM, there is a separate team who takes care of the SCCM. They are called, generally we call them the Intune team, or SCCM administration team, or the patching team. So they will be responsible for it. Another thing is Intune. So Intune is one of the advanced level of tool than the SCCM. Some companies are having the Intune for doing the patching in the on-prem and the cloud. Some companies are using WSUS, Windows Server Update Services. So Windows Server Update Services is one of the option in Windows Server. So this server will be managed by the system administrator who are managing the servers. This server can be set up on the cloud. This can be set up in the on-premises as well. And you can use this tool for doing the patching of Windows only. This is only for Windows. Intune is also for Windows. SCCM is also for Windows. Now, if the companies are not using any one of this, then they will be having the different kind of environment. Let's say they are using Azure. So on the Azure cloud, they can leverage the default facility of patching as well. If they are not using any third-party tools in the company, they can use the Azure default options for doing the patching. How does it happen? So when we deploy the VM, that time we get the option of choosing the patching option. How do you want to patch this VM? Otherwise, here what happens, there is one option. Let me show you the updates. So when you go to the operations and under the updates, here you can see there is one option, check for updates. So these two are the update you can see the Microsoft has released, and every update has a KB number. So whenever we are updating any server in the company, every update has a KB number. This is related to the OS. So KB number basically defines what kind of update it is. And in the classification also, you can see the update. So in the company, the security updates are very important. Security update is very much important. Every company wants to install it. They don't skip at any point. Security का update कभी भी skip नहीं किया जाता कंपनी में. Rest updates are subject to the clarification, subject to the approval. Rahul wants to ask something. Yes, Rahul?
Sir, do we have option to downgrade also in this?
The VM
हाँ, मतलब अपडेट के बाद डाउनग्रेड भी कर सकते हैं सर?
rollback.
हाँ, रोल बैक.
हाँ वो अंदर जाके कर सकते हो ना फिर. विंडोज अपडेट में जाके डिलीट मार दो अपडेट.
यहाँ पे सर अजूर में अभी
नहीं
जहाँ पे दिखा रहे
नहीं
हैं ना
नहीं
आप?
नहीं नहीं नहीं,
नहीं.
यहाँ से नहीं. तभी तो कंपनी मोस्टली टूल्स यूज करती है अपडेट्स के लिए, क्योंकि इसको अंदर से जाके फिर डिलीट करना पड़ेगा. So see what happens. So company does not skip the security updates at any cost. So in the classification, if it is showing as security, then definitely it has to be installed. Otherwise, what happens whenever the update comes? जब कभी भी update आएगा during the check for updates, that time there will be CAB process in the company. CAB means Change Advisory Board. So every week there will be CAB meeting as per the ITIL process. In the CAB meeting, the cloud architect, security team of the company, manager of the company, so they will sit together and they will do the review. They will check whether this update is important or not, because not every update is important for the company. Let's say some update is related to the graphic, some update is related to the gaming. So what we have to do with that? At personal level, the gaming update is good for me, but at the company level, they don't find it okay to install the gaming updates. So they will sit together, they will do the review, and they will understand how critical the update is. If the update is related to the security, then they are going to install it. If the update is related to any antivirus, if it is related to any antivirus or defender, then definitely they are going to install it. If it is related to the performance, then they are going to check what kind of performance it is. If it is really important, they are going to install it. Otherwise, they will reject it. So prior to the installation, there will be CAB meeting every week. And when the time of the update will come, during this meeting, they will discuss, they will review. If it is important, it will be approved by the manager. If it is not important, it will be discarded. And once it is approved, then only the update will get installed. So here generally what happens, the company schedules the update. This is one of the automatic tracking area. This is the update which will be taken care by the Microsoft. ये वाला जो area है ये Microsoft खुद देखता है. So here we can just schedule the update. We can define the date and timing through the maintenance configuration. So you can just select the reason, you can select the scope. What do you want to do? Let's say I want to update only OS. So I will just choose the OS. Then we have to choose the schedule and then next finish. Accordingly, as per the timing, whatever timing we will decide, the update will be rolled out automatically. So जो भी time आप डालोगे उस हिसाब से update होगा. So this option is used in some companies, not in every company. Not every company go with this option, because here it is somehow difficult to manage the updates. Even though this is good, but still it is difficult to manage the update. You can still check the history कि कौन से update install हुए हैं नहीं हुए हैं. But for the company, if they are in the hybrid infrastructure, if they are in the on-prem plus cloud, it is difficult to manage. So I would say 20% company follows this approach. 20% company ही इसको use करती है. Otherwise 80% companies will be having their own tools. SCCM is on the top, Intune is on the top. So whenever the patching happens, if that is a company where the tools are not there, then we will be responsible for setting up the automatic updates. यहाँ पे schedule लगा के बस हम छोड़ देंगे उसको. Then in the update setting, you can just apply, enable or disable the update. Let's say if you want the update should be enabled on this VM, then you will just keep it enable. Right now it is disabled. See, the update is disabled. It means Microsoft will not do any update to this VM. So if you want that Microsoft should take care of the update, then you will enable it. Then you can save. Then automatically the Microsoft will do the update. This is the default behavior. If you want to install the manual updates, you don't want to trust the Microsoft, you will install the manual update after discussing in your cab meeting, then it will be manual update. In the manual update, you need to take the remote of the VM, then you need to download the update and you need to then install it. How will that happen? So let me take the remote first. So if there is a manual update provision in the company, if they don't want to do the automatic update, then what happen? There will be activity. So there will be downtime window. Downtime window means there will be a timing when we can restart the servers after the update. So we have to take that downtime from the user. जो भी user उस servers को use कर रहे हैं, हर महीने उसका एक downtime होगा, and that will be scheduled. और generally ये सब night में होता है, and during weekends this happens. If there is a automated provision, then we don't have to be involved over there. It will happen automatically as per the schedule. But if there is a manual provision, then definitely the person will do the manual updates. So if there is a manual provision, what happens? Let me tell you. You just need to go to the browser, and very first thing is we need to download those updates. जो update install करने हैं सबसे पहले वो download किए जाएंगे. Because I told you every update has a KB number. So company will approve the updates during the cab meeting, and whatever KB numbers have been approved, that has to be downloaded first. So just go to the browser. So here what you need to do, here we need to search for catalog.microsoft.com. And if it is not loading, just go to the Google, because this site is very slow. And here just type catalog Microsoft. So this is the site catalog dot. Okay, I was using the wrong URL. So Microsoft Update Catalog and catalog.update.microsoft.com. This is the site. So just go there. And what we have to do, we need to download those KB articles. जो update हमें install करना है server पे, we first need to download them. So it is not necessary to do the download in the same server. You can download from your another server as well, and you can just do the copy paste of the update, then you can install it. Let's suppose I want to download one of the update. I have a KB number, let's say. Let me just copy this KB number. मान लो ये वाला approve हुआ है. I want to download this one. So I will just copy this, then paste, then enter. So here you can see these are the updates, and these all updates are related to the antivirus. These are related to the antivirus. You just need to choose your operating system platform कि आपका कौन सा वाला है, and accordingly you can download. So here specifically you can see it is for anti-malware protection. It is also for anti-malware protection. The versions are different, yes. So see here the operating systems are not mentioned. It means it is going to be compatible with all the Windows OS. जो भी अभी करंट में OS चल रहे हैं सबके साथ compatible होगा. So we need to download all these 4 files. So you can just click on download. What happened? सिक्कों की आवाजें क्यों आ रही है भाई? Is sending me the money. यार ये सिक्कों की आवाज आती है क्या आजकल? फोन पे से पैसा आता है तो पता नहीं कौन पैसे भेज रहा है. आई डोंट नो. बाद में देखते हैं. So we just need to download it. See, Update for KB current channel board. Click. See, it has been downloaded. Now click on this also. Now click on this also. So after the download is done, I will not show you all the downloads. I just want to show you the process. After the download, just go to the download location and install it. This is the manual process. So if there is a manual process, then you will just need to do the double click, next, next, and finish. Then after the update is done, then we need to reboot the server. Reboot is very important. So after the update is finished, reboot is necessary. So just double click and update installation takes a lot of time depending upon the type of update. If it is a security update, it is going to take a lot of time. तो update होने में बहुत time लगता है. It's not like the game of 1 or 2 minutes. The file itself take a lot of time to get extracted. तो अगर update आपके हाथ में है, then you have to do this way if there is a manual provision. बहुत सी जगह पे मैनुअल होता है. If that company is not so big, अगर बहुत बड़ी नहीं है तो. If there is a automatic provision, then what happens? The update will be rolled out automatically by the Microsoft. अगर मैंने यहाँ से automatic enable कर रखा है तो. If in the update setting, if it is automatic, then Microsoft is going to take care of everything. If I will enable it and if I will choose the automatic updates, if I will save it, Microsoft is going to take care of everything. If there is a third-party server like SCCM, etc., then there in SCCM, Intune, and WSUS, the team who is responsible for managing this, they will download the update from the KB article site. जो साइट मैंने आपको दिखाई है वहां से वो डाउनलोड करेंगे. Then there will be review meeting. They will check the classification कि करना चाहिए नहीं करना चाहिए, if it is important, not important. Whatever updates have been approved, they will just install the plugins over here. उसके जो भी files होगी exes की, it will be uploaded over here, and then the push will be done by the admin. फिर वो यहाँ से इसको push करेगा in all the onboarded servers. जो भी servers वहाँ पे onboarded होंगे, they will do that. Not only servers, it happens on the client as well. ये clients के लिए भी होगा, like Windows 8, 10, 11 जो भी client OS है, same update will be roll out for them. Server के update अलग आते हैं, clients के update अलग आते हैं, कुछ कुछ common भी होते हैं. So the person who is managing the update, he will be responsible for everything. But for the Azure side, if the company does not have any third-party tool for the update, so we will be responsible for managing the updates on the Azure only. We will not take care of any client OS update. We will just take care of the servers which is running on the Azure platform. So if there is a manual process, we have to download it like this, and then we have to install it after the double click. If there is an automatic process, we just need to make sure that update should be enabled, and if any update is failed, so in the portal also, the notification will get generated. When you go to the update, let me refresh this. So when you go to the update here, if anything is failed, the notification will come on this dashboard. यहाँ पे notification आएगा then. If anything is failed. If nothing is failed, then everything will look okay. Otherwise, you can just go to this area, and from here also you can just open the Azure Update Manager. So this is going to open the same area. यहाँ से भी हम लोग check कर सकते हैं. See, the same dashboard will come from here. So you can see in VM01. So whatever servers are running on this environment, you will be able to see the dashboard. So company में ऐसा तो नहीं है कि एक एक करके VM में जाके check करूंगा मैं. I will not go to VM one by one. I will go to the dashboard directly. I will go to Azure Update Manager, and from here I will go to the machines. And here I would be able to see all the machines which are running on the Azure platform. जितने भी servers चल रहे हैं सब यहाँ पे दिखाई देंगे, और जितने भी update fail हुए हैं, everything I would be able to see from here. So here also you can see the notification. I only have one server, that is why one server is coming. If there will be 1000, then 1000 report will come here. So 2 updates are pending. If you click on this, it will redirect you to the VM, and it will show you these 2 updates are pending. और इन updates को reboot करना पड़ेगा servers को. Reboot करोगे, then these updates will be installed. तो यहाँ से पूरा track होता है. So if Azure team is managing the update, then you will be responsible for this console. Again, if there is a manual update, you will be responsible for downloading the updates from the catalog, then install it in the server one by one. और ये उन companies में होता है जहाँ पे बहुत ही कम server होते हैं. Let's say 10 or 20 servers are running in the Azure, तो वहां पे मैनुअल होता है. अदरवाइज देयर विल बी ऑटोमेटिक पीरियोडिक असेसमेंट. टाइम लगा के रखते हैं, ऑटोमेटिक अपडेट्स विल हैपन. और अगर बहुत ही अच्छी कंपनी है, इफ दैट इज ए गुड कंपनी, जहाँ पे मतलब ठीक ठाक फंडिंग है, देन दे विल यूज द टूल लाइक SCCM, WSUS और Intune. तब तो हमारा काम खत्म वहाँ पे, बिकॉज देयर विल बी सेपरेट टीम फॉर दिस. तो ऐसे अपडेट्स चलते हैं वहाँ पे. तो मीटिंग होगी, देयर विल बी कैब मीटिंग. एवरी अपडेट विल गो थ्रू द सिक्योरिटी अपडेट्स, थ्रू द सिक्योरिटी अप्रूवल. सिक्योरिटी के अप्रूवल के बिना कभी भी कोई अपडेट कंपनी में इंस्टॉल नहीं किया जाता. वंस वी गेट द अपडेट फ्रॉम द सिक्योरिटी, देन ओनली द अपडेट विल बी इंस्टॉल्ड. ऐसे अपनी मर्जी से कुछ भी डाउनलोड भी नहीं कर सकते हैं एंड कुछ भी इंस्टॉल नहीं कर सकते अपडेट्स, बिकॉज नॉट एवरी अपडेट इज इंपॉर्टेंट. और हर अपडेट का वो ट्रैक रखते हैं, so that they can apply the security, they can apply the exclusion in the defender. Now, uh, let me show you the Linux installation. It is also simple. Linux installation dekhte hain, then we will discuss some more things. So for the Linux, you can just go to the virtual machine. This is my window VM that I recently created. Now I will click on create, go to Azure Virtual Machine. Now I will choose my same resource group that I created for the Windows VM. So in the same resource group, you can add multiple resources. Right now you can see, if I go to the resource group, I have a resource group with the name of POP, and in the POP you can see my VM01, which is my Windows VM. My public IP is here. My network security group, this is a firewall. My virtual network, which is my network, it is like my switch. स्विच होता है ना जिसपे कनेक्ट होता है सर्वर. सो दिस इज अ स्विच. आई विल डिस्कस अबाउट दिस आफ्टर 2 क्लासेस. ये वाला टॉपिक स्टार्ट होगा हमारा. दिस इज माय NIC कार्ड ऑफ द सर्वर एंड दिस इज माय OS disk of the server. I don't have any data disk attached, otherwise the data disk will also come here. So in the same resource group, I can contain multiple resources. एक ही रिसोर्स ग्रुप में आप मल्टीपल रिसोर्सेज को रख सकते हो. सो इट्स नॉट समथिंग दैट ओनली one server will be the part of one resource group. No, you can use this resource group for having multiple resources. एक resource group में multiple resources रख सकते हो. There is no limit for this. So just go to the virtual machine and let's create a Linux. You can call it Linux, you can call it Linux, both are okay. Pronunciation ठीक है दोनों की. Just go to create Azure Virtual Machine. I will choose the same resource group, otherwise you can create a new as well. So I will choose the same. Virtual machine name, I will give VM-02. Location, I will keep the same location. If you want to change it, you can. One more important scenario-based question is, can my resource group and my resource location be different? क्या मेरे resource group और resource की location अलग अलग हो सकती है? So yes. If my resource group, let's say, is in UK South, my resource inside that resource group can be in the US. अगर मेरा एक resource group है UK South में बना हुआ है, जैसे अभी मेरा बना हुआ है, पॉप वाला resource group कहाँ पे है? इट इज इन UK South. उसमें एक VM चल रही है, VM01, कहाँ पे है वो? इट इज इन UK South. बट अगर मैं एक नई VM बनाना चाहता हूँ, Linux VM in the US, तो आई कैन यूज द सेम रिसोर्स ग्रुप. जो यूके साउथ का रिसोर्स ग्रुप है उसके अंदर मैं यूएस में VM बना सकता हूँ. दैट इज पॉसिबल. So my resource group location and my resource locations can be different. It does not have to be same. Same रखते हो अच्छी बात है, नहीं है तो अलग भी हो सकता है. In company it can be different as well. कंपनी में हो सकता है रिसोर्स ग्रुप एक डिपार्टमेंट का हो. Let's suppose that resource group belongs to the development department, but it doesn't mean that development team is only sitting in India. They can be in different countries. They are in India also, they are in US also, they are in UK also, they are in Australia also. So they are available in different countries in different time zones. So when I will deploy the resources for them, I can use their resource group. Let's suppose their resource group is in UK South, so I can use their same resource group, but I can select the region of the virtual machine as per their SOP जो भी उनका है. If it is in India, we can choose the India in the dev resource group which is in UK South. तो resource group और resource की जो location है that can be different, हो सकता है, and companies में होता भी है. So this resource group is in UK South, but if I want to deploy this VM, let's say in East US, I can do that. ये देखो choose कर सकता हूँ मैं. तो हो सकता है ऐसा. If you want, I can show you. So इसको choose कर लेते हैं East US. My resource group is in UK South. Let's choose the different one. Here I will choose no redundancy. In the image, I will choose the Linux. So we have a lot of Linux in the company. When you go to the company, you will see Ubuntu Linux, CentOS Linux, Red Hat Linux, Fedora, Kali, Debian. So we have a lot of Linux available. We have around 32 Linux distribution in the market. And for the Linux also, there is a system admin team in the company जो Linux manage करेगी. We are not responsible for it. Server admin will take care of that. In companies, they use Ubuntu. कंपनी में आपको Ubuntu Linux देखने को मिलेगा. They use Debian. They use CentOS. And they use Red Hat only. ये वाले Linux कंपनी में यूज होते हैं. Fedora, Kali, these are generally not used in the company. And if I talk about most of the scenario, you will see Ubuntu and Red Hat Linux. These two Linux you will see a lot. ये दो सबसे ज्यादा मिलेंगे. Otherwise 1, 2, 3, 4 distributions are used in the company. Your job will be to install it, to configure the user IDs. Rest of the task will be taken care by the owner of the server. उसको जो भी चलाना है, that is his responsibility, not yours. So installation is same, whatever Linux you choose. Even Oracle also have their Linux. And for your information, 90% of the command, not 90%, the myth, around 80% of the command are same in all the Linux flavor. कोई भी Linux आप use करो, 80% command same होती है. कोई भी, whatever Linux you choose, Red Hat, Debian, Ubuntu, CentOS, Caldera, Fedora, Arch, Backtrack, Kali, whatever. 80% command is going to be same because Linux works in the CLI only. 20% command will be different in Linux flavors. Let's suppose if you are using Red Hat Enterprise Linux and you are using Ubuntu also. So 80% command will be common in both the flavors, but 20% command will be different. Here in Red Hat, we generally use RPM space hyphen IBH space the name of the resource. In Ubuntu, we will use apt-get. इतना डिफरेंस हो जाता है. तो यहाँ APT लगता है, यहाँ पे RPM लगता है. So we will discuss that in future. ये सब हम समझेंगे बाद में. So 80% commands will be common. If you know one Linux, you can manage other Linux as well. But 20% Linux, 20% command will be different. So 20% तो हो ही जाता है. Even when we will start working in the company, you will use the Google, you will become habitual of it. धीरे धीरे फिर समझ में आने लग जाती है चीजें. You cannot become the master in all the Linux because we have 32 flavors in the distribution. So सारे Linux में mastery नहीं कर सकते हो, but yes, if you have the interest in the Linux, rel पे mastery करो and become the good in Ubuntu. क्योंकि rel की command और Ubuntu में difference है. Here 80% तो common है, but 20% का difference है दोनों में. If you are able to manage the Ubuntu, you can manage the Debian क्योंकि इन दोनों की command same है. You will be able to manage the CentOS क्योंकि इसकी command भी same है. So Ubuntu person can manage these three. 100% command यहाँ पे same है. But rel commands and these flavor commands have 80% similarity, 20% not. और ये वाला Red Hat Enterprise का Linux है, ये commercial है. It is used in on-prem also, it is used in cloud also. और इसी कंपनी ने Linux बनाया था, Red Hat Enterprise Linux. जो बंदा जिसने Linux बनाया था, Linus Vadit Torvalds, वर्ल्ड का जाना माना हैकर, वर्ल्ड का जाना माना सॉफ्टवेयर डेवलपर, और वही बंदा जिसने सबसे पहले लाइनेक्स बनाया था, दैट पर्सन इज द ओनर ऑफ दिस कंपनी रेल, रेड हैट एंटरप्राइज लिनक्स. तो इसी का लाइनेक्स यूज होता है और इसी के ऊपर सर्टिफिकेशंस होते हैं. इस वाले पे जो सर्टिफिकेशन सुने होंगे आप लोगों ने, RHCSA, RHCE, देन RHCA, Red Hat Certified Architect. So these certificates are actually done for this OS. Linux पढ़ेंगे हम. In my previous jobs, I also used to manage the Linux manage करता था मैं because I used to manage the on premises that time, जब मैं cloud पे नहीं आया था तब. So in my earlier days, I have done RHCSA certification, और इसमें कोई गड़बड़ी नहीं चलती. You have to do it with your own. And RHC, दो सर्टिफिकेट मैंने निकाले थे उस टाइम पे. when the Linux 5 version was there in the market. उस टाइम चलता था Red Hat Enterprise Linux 5, रेल का 5. अभी 9.4 इसमें है कंपनीज में, बट दे हैव इंट्रोड्यूस 10 ऑल्सो. रेल 10 भी आ चुका है अब मार्केट में. इवन 11 का भी हॉटफिक्स आ चुका है. सो 10 इज करेंटली देयर इन द मार्केट. इसमें भी 10 मिल जाएगा आपको. दिस इज 9.4. तो अभी बहुत चेंजेस आ चुके हैं. कमांड तो सेम ही रहती है, बट सम न्यू फीचर्स विल गेट एडिड. तो यू कैन चूज एनी वन. आई विल फर्स्ट गो विद द उबंटू. अभी हम उबंटू से इंस्टॉलेशन करते हैं. उबंटू इज सेम फॉर ऑल. लिनक्स इंस्टॉलेशन इज सेम फॉर ऑल द एज्योर प्लेटफॉर्म्स. कोई भी लाइनेक्स आप उठा लो यहाँ पे. उबंटू, whether it is SUSE, whether it is Oracle, whether it is RHEL, installation is going to remain same. So एक लाइनेक्स इंस्टॉल कर लोगे, you will be able to install others as well. सबका सेम इंस्टॉलेशन पार्ट रहेगा, बिकॉज माइक्रोसॉफ्ट इज टेकिंग केयर ऑफ एवरीथिंग इन द बैक एंड. जैसे अगर आप सेम विंडो सर्वर को ले जाके अगर आप फिजिकल सर्वर पे इंस्टॉल करोगे ना, सो यू विल बी रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर क्रिएटिंग द पार्टीशंस ऑल्सो. You have to choose the date and time zone also. So you have to select the boot mgr locations also. But if you are doing the same installation on the Azure platform or any other cloud platform, you don't have to follow that manual step. अपने आप ही विंडो इंस्टॉल हो जाती है. We have seen that. Same goes with the Linux also. आप Linux बस choose करके रख दो, Linux अपने आप इंस्टॉल कर देगा Microsoft. So I will go with the Ubuntu server. The latest one in the market is 24.04 LTS. So I will just choose it. Size for the Linux installation, even 1 GB RAM is also enough. If you have 1 GB RAM, that is also enough for the Linux, because Linux will be in the CLI. Linux में graphics नहीं होते. Nowadays some graphics are also coming, but company don't use that. क्योंकि ग्राफिक्स को यूज कर लोगे तो फिर सर्वर ही बल्कि हो जाएगा, एंड वी विल नीड मोर रिसोर्सेज टू मैनेज देम. सो मजे लेने के लिए ग्राफिक्स आ रहे हैं आज की डेट में, सो दैट पीपल कैन स्टार्ट लर्निंग द लिनक्स. क्योंकि काली स्क्रीन देख के कोई सीखना नहीं चाहता. बट इन द रियल कंपनी देयर इज नो ग्राफिक्स इन द लिनक्स. इट विल बी टोटली CLI. ब्लैक स्क्रीन ही होगी सामने. सो आई विल गो विद 1 GB रैम. 1 GB रैम से भी इंस्टॉलेशन हो जाती है. वॉट एवर लाइनेक्स यू आर यूजिंग, 1 GB रैम इज ऑल्सो इनफ. If there is some heavy service running, then we have to increase the RAM as well, जो हम बाद में भी कर सकते हैं. And for the Linux, you can see the cost is around 631 rupees for the B1S size, जो मैंने size choose किया है इसका. For the image, there is no charge because Linux is free. Linux तो free है ना. So for the Ubuntu, there is no charge. See, free है. For the VM, क्योंकि VM में NIC होगा, there will be switch in the VM, there will be firewall in the VM, so that is why they are charging 631 rupees. So monthly cost, if I will go with the same configuration, 24 into 30 days, then the cost will be 1070 rupees for using the Linux. बाकी ऑन प्रेम में Linux चलाओगे देन इट विल बी टोटली फ्री. बस OS को डाउनलोड करो नेट से एंड रन इट. वहां पे किसका खर्चा आएगा? फिजिकल इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर को मेंटेन करने का, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी, फिजिकल सर्वर मेंटेनेंस, इंजीनियरिंग आवर्स, उसका खर्चा आएगा. बट OS इज टोटली फ्री. इवन इन द क्लाउड ऑल्सो OS इज टोटली फ्री. If I will change the, let's say, OS here with Red Hat Enterprise Linux, then also let me refresh. Now let me choose this resource group. Let's keep the name VM02. Location, I will go with East US. So here, if I will choose the Red Hat Linux, so you can see there is a image charges 1749 because Red Hat Linux requires the support. So ये support का charge लेते हैं. This is not the OS charges actually. All the Linux flavors are free, but Red Hat also provides the support. In case the Linux is having any issue, then Red Hat is also going to give you the support. So they ask for the support charges. Otherwise, the OS charges will be null, but support charges will be 1749. And another Linux does not provide any support. अगर आप Ubuntu या कोई और दूसरा Linux use कर रहे हो, so their community helps us. They don't have any dedicated support system. But for the Red Hat, the company gives the support. ये सीधा ये वाली company support देती है. That is why the Red Hat Linux is नंबर वन चॉइस फॉर द कंपनीज इफ दे वांट टू गो विद द लाइनेक्स। अगर उनको लाइनेक्स यूज करना है तो रेड हैट यूज करते हैं ज्यादा। सेकंड नंबर इज उबंटू, जो कि फ्री वाला है। जिनको फ्री के चक्करों में रहना है कि छोटी मोटी सर्विस चलानी है, अगर लाइनेक्स डाउन भी हो गया तो उनका कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ने वाला, देन दे गो विद द उबंटू। जैसे कुछ कंपनी होती है उनको डेवलपर्स के लिए लाइनेक्स चाहिए, उनको कोई टेस्टिंग करनी है, देयर डेवलपर वांट्स टू डू द कोडिंग, सो दे नीड द लाइनेक्स प्लेटफॉर्म। सो उनको पैसा भी नहीं लगाना, सो दे कैन गो विद द जीरो इमेज वाला सर्वर चला लेंगे वो। एंड कोई इशू आ भी गया कोई बात नहीं, सर्वर डाउन रहेगा कोई बात नहीं, बिकॉज इट इज नॉट इम्पैक्टिंग द बिजनेस। तो उन सिनेरियोज में तो ये ले लेते हैं, अदरवाइज जनरली कंपनी गोज विद द रेड हैट एंटरप्राइज लिनक्स। बाकी उबंटू भी चलाती है, उबंटू डेबियन, तो मिलेगा अलग अलग। बट वी डोंट हैव टू गो इन मच डिटेल अबाउट इट, क्योंकि हमारा काम नहीं है, लाइनेक्स टीम विल बी देयर। बट फिर भी फॉर द नॉलेज, so I will choose Ubuntu. I will go with 1 GB RAM. Now there are two options to connect with the Linux. One option is SSH, one option is password. So SSH means you have to generate a public key using the tools. कुछ tools आते हैं, using that tool. One of the name of the tool is PuttyGen. So PuttyGen is one of the tool. Using this, you need to first generate a authentication key. सबसे पहले आपको key generate करनी पड़ेगी. That key you need to upload on the Linux machine. Then you need to decrypt the key. Then you will be able to take the remote. तब जाके आप रिमोट ले पाओगे. So this is one of the AWS concept actually. AWS वाले क्लाउड में Linux का यही कॉन्सेप्ट है. Even in AWS, Windows remote concept is also same. वहाँ पे Windows का रिमोट लेने के लिए भी हमें की डिक्रिप्ट करनी पड़ती है. Here in the Azure, we have two options. Either we can go with SSH public key or we can go with the password option. So password से जाओ या इससे जाओ. I will show you this option as well in future. जब मैं आपको Linux पढ़ाऊंगा ना, that time I will show you this one. For now, let's go with the password, क्योंकि अभी मैं बताऊंगा तो it will be complicated for you. अभी Linux का कुछ बेस मैंने बताया नहीं है. So just go with the password for now. In the username, you can give the admin username जो भी आप देना चाहते हो. So you cannot choose administrator as a admin, जो मैंने पहले भी बताया था. You cannot give root as a administrator because root is the admin of Linux and administrator is the admin of Windows. तो इन दोनों नाम के अलावा आप कुछ भी नाम दे सकते हो. I will give VM admin, you can give your name as well. Now let's set up the password. अब सारा प्रोसेस सेम है, देखो. All the process will remain same. No changes, nothing. Just we have to choose just OS and the mode should be password. Because it is Linux, so in the Linux, SSH is responsible for the remote. If you want to connect with the Linux machine, then SSH is the protocol which is responsible for the authentication. It is secure shell and the port number is 22. If it is Windows Server, in Windows there is RDP protocol, the port number is 3389. So if it is Windows, make sure to enable remote desktop protocol port number 3389. If it is Linux, make sure to enable SSH port number 22. Since it is Linux, so I will enable SSH port number 22. Now next, if you want to attach any disk, you can. Next, next, next. If you want to add any tags, you can. Otherwise, review plus create. That's it. Now the Linux deployment will take place. See the create पे click करो. And we have chosen East US for the installation location. तो ये East US में जाके install होगा. So this deployment is completed now. If you will go to the virtual machine, you will see we have two VM. VM01, it is running Windows, and VM02, it is running Linux. And you can see both the regions are different. The first one is in UK South, second one is in East US. Yes, Vikram?
Sorry, actually, I was so busy, so that I was joined. Right now, I joined. Sorry for late join, sir.
No issues.
Uh,
I was
Good
just
evening, sir.
discussing
First of all,
about the patching, and then I have discussed about the Linux deployment. That's it.
okay.
These
So
two topics
please
have been
just
discussed.
give me just a simple hint for today class. Just I want to understand, sir.
It was for two topics only. One
Simple
was the
hint.
patch management. So patch management is actually not part of our syllabus, but one of the student was asking about it. Then I discussed. So in patch management, I have discussed that how the company goes with the patching of Azure servers and the on-prem server. So we have discussed some tools only. It was just a introduction kind of thing. And then I discussed the installation of Linux. So Linux installation is also similar to the Windows. You just have to choose the Linux operating system name in the image. That's it. So you can refer the recording. And in case you don't understand, you can still discuss with me. I will explain. Okay.
सर एक और डाउट है सर. सर जो मैं क्रेडिट कार्ड पे जब लॉगिन हो रहा हूँ ना, एक पेज अपीयर आ रहा है कि सर, एक मिनट निकाल रहा हूँ स्क्रीनशॉट.
चलो जब तक विक्रम आता है, let's see. So here you can see the VM02 is in the East US location. And when I go to the resource group, so here you will find that in the POP resource group, now these two servers are located. So VM01 and VM02 both are in the same resource group. And this resource group, if you go to the activity log, so you will see these are the activities which has happened inside this resource group. मतलब इसके अंदर अभी हमने ये सारी चीजें करी है, एक वर्चुअल मशीन क्रिएट करी है. सो जो भी मैंने लॉग्स बताए थे आपको, एवरीथिंग will be created under the activity log. Now let's take the remote of the Linux. Linux का remote लेना देखते हैं. So you cannot take the remote of the Linux in the normal way. आप ऐसे नहीं है कि जाके you will just go to the VM02 and you will download the RDP and you will take the remote. No. Here you can see the download option is also not coming. यहाँ पे download तक नहीं आता देखो. So here it does not come. Even if you go to the Windows VM, in the Windows VM we have the option of download RDB file, but in the Linux we don't have the option to download anything. For the Linux you have to use a third-party tool which is used in the company also, and this tool is free of cost, which is called Extra Putty. We call it Extra Putty. So in the company also you will see the same tool. So you have to download this. There is no cost of it. It is free of cost in the company. Company may be free of cost. There is nothing that we have to pay for it. So just type Extra Putty download, go for it, and you can just download this tool from here. I already have this tool available in my laptop. So once you will download it, you just have to double click next and finish. Double click करके next finish कर देना, install हो जाएगा. Even you can just go to putty.org as well, and from here you can download this directly. यहाँ से भी कर सकते हो. This is the official link. So let me paste this link into the chat box. I would suggest to download from here. यहीं से download करना आप लोग, क्योंकि I don't give the recommendation to use any third party sites. So you can just click on download putty, then you need to choose 64-bit. Click on this one. इस पे click करना है हमें, MSI. So this is the MSI. Just click on this and it is downloaded now. See, download हो गया. After it is downloaded, we can just double click on this, then next, then it will be installed. इतना हो जाने के बाद, see ये देखो next करके install कर देना. That's it. इतना हो जाने के बाद, now what we need to do, we need to go to the window button in the laptop, then search for the putty. Putty लिखना है हमें, PUTTY. Then open this. So open this putty, and then what you need to do, here you need to type the IP address of the server that you want to connect. So this is the public IP of my Linux VM. I will just copy this, then paste. Type the public IP. Port number should be 22 because SSH port number is 22 in the case of Linux. So when we are taking the remote using the putty tool of the Linux machine, then the port number should be 22, and here the SSH should be selected. Now you will click on open, click on accept, and here we have the screen of Linux. ये होता है Linux की screen. So right click in, मैं इसका जरा font change कर देता हूँ so that you guys can see it. Linux we will discuss in the future, but for now we just wanted to discuss about the installation. So अभी मैं installation ही दिखा रहा हूँ इसलिए. In the login as we can type the username. VM admin था हमारा username. Then we can type the password. So passwords are not visible in the Linux. Linux में password दिखाई नहीं देता है because of the brute force attack. Character तक दिखाई नहीं देते. In Windows we are able to see the character dot dot करके आता है, but in Linux the dot also does not come because of the security. क्योंकि किसी ने अगर ये डॉट भी गिन लिया ना कि आपके कितने कैरेक्टर का पासवर्ड है, द पर्सन कैन गेस. इफ आई हैव ए बेस्ट फ्रेंड, माय बेस्ट फ्रेंड कैन इजीली गेस माय पासवर्ड इफ ही नोज हाउ मेनी कैरेक्टर इट इज. तो Linux does not reveal the characters as well. वहां पे डॉट डॉट भी नहीं दिखाता. So now I am logged in with the Linux machine. This is the Linux. So इसकी कमांड्स वगैरह हम फ्यूचर में देखेंगे. If you want to see the host name, type host name. You can see the server name is VM02. If you want to see the IP, so the command is ifconfig, but ifconfig does not work in all the Linux. जैसे यहाँ पे ifconfig काम नहीं कर रहा. So again I told you there are 20% differentiations in every Linux flavor. यहाँ पे ETH0 configure करना पड़ेगा हमें पहले, which is network adapter. Then we would be able to see the IP address. At ETH0 interface 0 configure करना पड़ता है. That I don't want to discuss क्योंकि वो lengthy process है. Otherwise in the Red Hat Linux the command is ifconfig to check the IP address. और Windows में क्या होती है? ipconfig. In Linux it is ifconfig. So commands we will discuss in future. जब हम DevOps start करेंगे that time I will discuss about it. और बहुत ज़्यादा Linux हमें जानने की जरूरत नहीं है. It is just a complimentary as part of your course. Linux का रोल इंटरव्यू में नहीं है. In interview no one will ask you about the Linux. थोड़ा सा basic Linux करना है हमें फ्यूचर में so that we can use the Git tool, Git वगैरह यूज कर सके हम. We can use Jenkins. That is why we just need to know how to install the Linux, how to create the file folder, how to manage the user. That's it. That we will do in future. अभी तो फिलहाल just do the Linux deployment, connect with it. That's it. Windows पे ज़्यादा काम करना है हमें. So now we are done with Windows and Linux both. Tomorrow I will discuss the HA, high availability. This is critical topic. So I want to forward it to the tomorrow itself. Now एक बार राठौर का क्वेश्चन ले लेते हैं. Where is Vikram Rathore? And after every practical make the habit to delete the resource group. हमने लॉक्स वगैरह भी पढ़ लिया था, राइट? रिसोर्स लॉक्स पढ़ा दिए थे ना मैंने आप लोगों को.
यस सर.
Okay, good. So after every practical, always delete the entire resource group. Otherwise, it will kill your free trial amount. Free trial में एक amount होता है 15,000 something. शाफिक, yes शाफिक.
सर ये नेटवर्क वॉचर आरजी जो रिसोर्स ग्रुप ऑटो जनरेट होता है इसका यूज क्या है सर?
इसका यूज ये है कि जब आप VM डिप्लॉय करोगे ना, जब कभी भी VM और कोई प्रैक्टिकल करोगे नहीं आएगा ये. जैसे ही आप VM डिप्लॉय करोगे तो क्या होता है, माइक्रोसॉफ्ट को ये नेटवर्क वॉचर क्या करता है, इट इज अ टूल एक्चुअली विच सेंड्स द लॉग्स टू द माइक्रोसॉफ्ट. ये माइक्रोसॉफ्ट को लॉग्स भेजता है VM से रिलेटेड. इसके लिए होता है नेटवर्क वॉचर और इसका कोई चार्ज भी नहीं है. ये फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट रहता है. मतलब अगर ये बना है बाय डिफॉल्ट तो इसके कोई चार्जेस नहीं बनते कभी भी. इसके अंदर एक एजेंट होता है नेटवर्क वॉचर नाम से. ये एक टूल है एक्चुअली नेटवर्क वॉचर. अभी तो फिलहाल डिलीट हो गया, मैंने डिलीट कर दिया. तो इसके अंदर एक एजेंट टूल होता है विच सेंड्स द लॉग्स टू द माइक्रोसॉफ्ट की VM पे जो भी एक्टिविटी हो रही है उस एक्टिविटी के सारे लॉग्स माइक्रोसॉफ्ट को जाते हैं. क्योंकि हो सकता है कुछ अनवांटेड काम हो जाए. मतलब कुछ भी करते रहोगे ना तो उसके लॉग्स जाते रहेंगे. ऐसा आपके कंपनी के लॉग्स नहीं जाते, ओनली विंडो रिलेटेड, ओनली सर्वर रिलेटेड लॉग्स. जैसे रीस्टार्ट कब हुआ है, किसी ने अनऑथराइज तरीके से एक्सेस तो नहीं किया, मतलब किसी हैकर ने अटैक कर दिया किसी अनऑथराइज आईडी से, तो सारे लॉग्स जाते रहते हैं उनको टाइम टू टाइम. सो मॉनिटरिंग के लिए होता है नेटवर्क वॉचर. तो जब भी जब भी कोई सर्वर डिप्लॉय करोगे तब आएगा ये. स्टोरेज अकाउंट बनाओगे या कुछ भी बनाओगे देन इट विल नॉट कम, सिर्फ सर्वर्स के केस में. ठीक है।
सर
ठीक है
ये
सर।
ऑटोमेटिक डिलीट नहीं होता है, इसे भी डिलीट करना
इसको, हाँ,
पड़ता
इसको
है।
भी करना पड़ता है, क्लिक करके रिसोर्स ग्रुप डिलीट करना पड़ेगा, जैसे मैंने ये किया। अदरवाइज ये रहेगा भी तो इसके कोई चार्जेस नहीं होते, बट डिलीट कर ही दो, क्योंकि जब जब वीएम बनाओगे फिर बनते रहेगा, तो देर इज नो यूज ऑफ इट, इसको रखने का कोई फायदा भी नहीं है। और ये एकदम से डिलीट भी हो जाता है क्योंकि इसमें छोटा सा एजेंट होता है। ठीक है, तो नाउ लेट्स रैप अप। कल फिर वही आपका 9 बजे का ही टाइम है, एंड फ्रॉम नेक्स्ट सैटरडे आई विल जस्ट चेंज द टाइम, मैं खुद ही चेंज करवा दूंगा इसको एज पर द डिस्कशन। So for now, let's leave for the day. Thank you very much for your timing. See you tomorrow.